Good evening. Welcome to Bolingbrook's Planning Commission meeting for July 20, 2022. I'd like to call to order today the Plan Commission meeting for July 20th, 2022. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Here.
Commissioner Shank?
Yes.
Commissioner Shea?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores? Yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes. Here.
Commissioner Campos? No. Vice Chair Cooper?
Here. Okay. We have some minutes for approval. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from May 18th, 2022?
So move, Shay. Second.
Motion first Shea, second Shank.
Okay. Shay.
Okay.
Okay. Are there any corrections?
None.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Okay. May I have a motion to open a public hearing for July 20th, 2022?
So move, Shay.
Second Flores?
Motion, second, Shay. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Here.
Commissioner Shank?
Yes.
Commissioner Shea?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores? Yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Yes. Okay, first thing on the agenda tonight is a special use permit for planned development with various concept plan and final plat of subdivision, Cubesmart at 509 East Bowden Road. The applicant is Brett Paul, Bolingbrook Equality Group.
Project number?
Staff presenter, Matt Eastman.
Project number?
Project number 41022. You have the floor.
Thank you. The applicant is here before you tonight in order to request approval of a final plat of subdivision, approval of a concept plan, as well as a special use permit for a planned development with variances. This is in order to subdivide one lot of record into 3 lots to allow for the construction of a public storage facility commonly known as Cubesmart at 509 East Bowden Road. So the overall subject property is currently known as Lot 1 in the Bowden Road Common Subdivision. It comprises approximately 4.04 acres in size. It is located at the southwest corner of Bowden Road and Preston Drive and is currently vacant. To the north of the property, you have East Bowden Park, which is, while it's zoned residential, it is a special use that allows for commercial condos. It's a mixture of retail and office. To the south, you have 07 or 01 as well as R7. It's a mixture of multifamily residential as well as the JetBrite corporate office. To the east, you have R7, which is the Promenade Apartments, and to the west is B2, which is a strip mall at the southeast corner of Pinecrest and Bowden. The Village Board of Trustees approved the original request for a special use for a planned commercial development with variances and concept plan for the site back in September of 2005. At that time, the concept plan illustrated a restaurant with a drive-through on the far east side of the site, another sit-down restaurant, as well as another sit-down and/or carry-out restaurant on the far west side with a multi-tenant retail building in the middle of the site. Detention would be provided via an off-site pond, which would be owned and maintained by an association. The proposed final plat of subdivision would take this one lot, and create it 3 lots out of it. Lot 1, which would be the far west lot, would be approximately 2 acres in size and would be created for the proposed public storage facility. Lot 2 would be approximately 1.03 acres and would be created for a future retail, while Lot 3 would be approximately 1 acre and also created for future retail. Newly dedicated easements for utility as well as cross-access would be provided prior to the recording of said plat. Per the attached site plan, the applicant is proposing to develop an approximate 110,000 square foot public storage facility on the subject property. The self-contained storage facility would consist of a single, three-story, climate-controlled building with 870 self-storage units, along with a 900-square-foot office, which would assist customers in renting units and purchasing packing supplies. The applicant is proposing 25 parking stalls, which is more than adequate per code. Public improvements within the existing parkway area would remain unaltered as part of any site improvements. All required landscaping, including berms and irrigation systems along both Boughton and Killdeer Drive, would be installed per the zoning ordinance requirement. One monument sign not to exceed 50 square feet and 10 feet in height would be allowed. However, per the applicant at this point in time, there is no plan for a ground sign for this building. Adequate detention would be provided off-site. Per the applicant, this is a low velocity and low impact use, which would provide residents a valuable amenity. Per the applicant, the office would be open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Saturday, 11 to 3 p.m., and customers would be having access to their facility, the storage units from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. on a daily basis. Per the applicant, there would be 3 full-time employees with frequent visits from a district manager. In order to develop the property in accordance with the attached site plan, the applicant is requesting the following variances. One thing I'd mention, since it's up on the screen, this is kind of just a placeholder. We're not here to approve that tonight. They were just merely showing potentially what could go to the Lot 2. Eventually that it will be some type of retail development. If in fact it has a drive-through, I'll be back before you requesting permission to develop something like that. We're still working with the developer on what will come of those adjacent 2 lots. So this is really, if you draw a line down the middle of that shared aisle, this is what we're here to discuss. And like most self-storage facilities that are climate controlled like this, they kind of build up versus out. So one of the first variances that they're requesting is for to increase the lot coverage. So per the ordinance, a maximum lot coverage of 30% is allowed for the 01 limited office, and they're requesting to maximize the site by putting this building footprint down, which brings it up to 41.7%. In doing that, they are still providing more than the required green space by doing so. And we are going to approve or recommend approval for that variance subject to all of the required landscaping, berm, and irrigation system being installed. Number 2, which kind of goes hand in hand with the request of a maximum to increase the lot coverage, is to request to increase the FAR, which is the floor area ratio. So per the ordinance, the maximum floor area ratio is 0.5 with the 01 zoning district, and they're proposing to increase that to 1.25 to build the 3-story facility with this particular footprint and overall height. This type of facility would be comparable in size to other climate-controlled facilities as reported by Radius Plus, which is a self-storage research and due diligence service for the industry. Staff supports the variance as requested since the overall height does not exceed the allowable 35-foot requirement within this zoning district, and all detention requirements are in fact being met. The last is a variance to reduce the depth of a required foundation planting bed. So when we have buildings like this, we do require foundation plantings be planted along the north wall that is adjacent to Boughton Road. And this isn't the full landscape plan. They do have shrubs in this area as well as a few trees off to the side. And they're going to achieve what's required in terms of the plant units itself. But the depth of the actual bed, they're requesting to reduce that from 10 to approximately 3 feet but they are covering more than 50%. They're actually covering 100% of the front of that building. So the intent of the code in all instances is being met here. So these are the proposed renderings for the Cubesmart building. This is a view looking west from Boughton Road. So as you're heading westbound, and then this would be the view if you were heading eastbound down Boughton Road. So most of these storage facility buildings now are kind of long gone are the days of like the bright orange awnings and kind of the flashing lights saying public storage. It looks much more like a 3-story office building. And in terms of the aesthetics of it, it's multiple colors, multiple different materials, including brick in some areas. So overall, the color scheme is something that we found to be acceptable. With that being said, staff is here to recommend approval of a special use permit for a plan development with the aforementioned variances, as well as recommend approval of a final plat of subdivision and concept plan, subject to all staff's comments from the plans dated June 21st, 2022 being addressed, as well as the approval of the co-administrator for public services and development. And this concludes my report.
Thank you, Matt. Any questions from the commission?
What is the means of conveyance between the floors?
I don't have the floor plan. I don't know if it's in your packet or not, but I believe there's an elevator, but I would defer to them in terms of how people get up and down from first, second, third floor. But they're here. I would defer to them on that one.
This is primarily indoor storage, correct?
Correct, and it's all climate controlled, which is kind of what is being pushed for in the industry right now. A lot of people don't want their belongings, but I was trying to look for even more fancy word because some people value their things a lot more.
Accoutrements.
Right, so they don't want it sitting outside where the elements can get to it. And also, with different types of, whether it's a boat or anything like that, I don't know if you'll be able to store small boats and stuff like that, but a lot of times they want that climate controlled.
So the variance for lot coverage,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it seems like they have a fairly small parking lot, but all of that additional impermeable surface has been accounted for in their drainage calcs?
Yeah, correct. So it's kind of hard to see, but there's a real light line that kind of comes all the way and that goes back up here. This is all the 2 acres that they're working with. So all of this green space, all of this is included in that calculation. So if you read the zoning ordinance, what it says is that a minimum of 20% should remain green. They're actually well above that 20%.
Because the lot's so small.
Correct. It's just, and it's also oddly shaped. More than likely, if this property line was not on a perpendicular angle, but parallel this way, they would not even need the request.
So there's parking just on one side?
Correct. It is, fully accessible in terms of getting in and out without having to do any type of dead end or reverse. But yeah, you can't get to all the way around the building. However, this is killdeer, so the fire department does have access to the back side of the building from the road.
Any questions from the audience?
I would probably defer to them if they could come up about that question about how you get up and down. I'm not positive it's an elevator or not.
It indicated they had 2 elevators.
It's in the report. I thought it was in the report, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is the expert, so I'd rather him answer the question for you. You want to come up? They'll
Just to
swear you
address
in real quick.
could you go up downstairs?
You want to swear him in real quick, Lawrence?
Okay. Did you sign in?
No, I didn't. Okay. Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand, please.
Yep.
Do you swear to tell the whole truth for this public hearing?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, thank you. Can you state your name?
My name's Robert Cerrone, Cerrone. I'm with Hernandez Development out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I've been doing self-storage development now for 23 years. I've developed in 18 states and 28 or 30 major markets, including this area previously. I've got 2 other developments going right now, one in Aurora at 410 Hill Avenue, I believe it is, and at 1925 Wisebrook Road in Oswego, Illinois. This particular facility not only has elevators, 2 of them to be exact, which is enough for the use. We generally, once a property is stabilized, we see about a dozen people a day on the property. People bring their goods in, they only access it when they need it. A lot of it's seasonal. It'll be their patio furniture, their ski equipment, their, you know, and it's valuable stuff. I mean, it's not stuff you necessarily want to rebuy every year, but you know, you have it in an environment where it's not exposed to all the elements, particularly the cold weather here. And in addition to that, our loading area is enclosed and climate controlled as well. It's air conditioned in the summertime and it's heated in the wintertime. So you're away from the elements. If it's snowing outside and you're unloading your goods, it's convenient for you. There are carts there. You take the carts directly onto the elevator and you can go up to your floor. Or if by chance you're on the first floor, you can take the carts right down the hallway to your unit, unlock your unit, and put your goods in there. Does that address the question?
Any other questions besides
My
that?
pleasure, sir.
Commissioner? Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions from the audience? Okay, can we have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Right, first, second, who was second? Shane?
Shank.
Shane?
Okay. Commissioner Tucker?
Here.
Commissioner Shane?
Yes.
Commissioner Shea?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores? Yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Yes. Okay, public hearing is closed. Approval for finding of facts. At this time, I would like a motion to approve the finding of facts.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner
Tucker?
Tucker, and then Commissioner Shea.
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All exposed? If opposed, say nay. Okay. May I have a motion to approve project 41022?
So moved.
Shank,
Shane?
second.
Shea?
Shay? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Yes.
Commissioner Shane?
Yes.
Commissioner Shea?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores? Yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Yes. Okay, second on the agenda. Have a motion to open public hearing for project number 41422. Special use permit for commercial recreational facility, Arts Ballot Conservatory at 556 Westbound Road. Applicant is Jolene Mitchell. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second. Shea first, Flores second.
Second. Okay, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Yes.
Commissioner Shea?
Yes.
Commissioner Shea?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores? Yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Yes. Staff presenter is Jack Caruso. You have the floor.
Thank you. The applicant is here tonight to request approval of a special use permit for a commercial recreational facility. This would allow for a ballet studio. The proposed location is at 556 West Boughton Road. This location is commonly known as Oak Square Plaza. It's surrounded by Hidden Oaks Nature Center to the north, Kitty Academy to the east, the Indian Oaks Townhomes to the south, and then the space to the west is currently vacant. The subject property comprises of approximately 2.76 acres and currently developed as two multi-tenant commercial buildings, which total 22,000 square feet, and it's currently zoned B2 community retail. Primary access to the subject property is provided via a two-way entrance off Boughton Road to the south, and cross access from a future development to the west is provided as well. There's adequate parking for the proposed use. Per the zoning ordinance, a commercial recreational facility is not permitted within the B2 district. As such, the applicant is requesting a special use permit to allow for a 2,600 square foot ballet studio, commonly known as Arts Ballet Conservatory, at the proposed location. Per the applicant, the ballet studio is a pre-professional ballet conservatory dedicated to offering the best of classical ballet education to prepare students for the world stage. The studio specializes in small class sizes, typically 10 students, to maximize attention spent with each student. And classes are designed for students ages 3 to 18 years old. The hours of operation would be Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and then closed on Sundays. And then per the applicant, this would be a owner-operated business with about 3 employees. Staff recommends approval of the special use permit for a commercial recreational facility, commonly known as Arts Ballet Conservatory, to be located at 556 West Boughton Road. And this concludes my report.
That's it. Thank you, Jack. Any questions from the commission? No questions? Any questions from the audience? Do we have a motion to close this public hearing?
Motion.
Second.
First motion Flores, second Shay.
Okay.
Roll call.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Yes.
Commissioner Shang?
Yes.
Commissioner Shay?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores? Yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Yes. Okay, approval of finding of facts. At this time, I would like a motion to approve the finding of facts for project 41422.
So move.
Second.
Adam?
Wright. First motion, second Shay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, motion to approve project. May I have a motion to approve project 41422?
Motion. Shank and Flores, second.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Yes.
Commissioner Shank?
Yes.
Commissioner Shay?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores, yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Yes, we stand approved.
Isn't that next to the art studio we approved a couple months ago?
Yes, goes together.
Yeah.
Okay, may I have a motion to open public hearing for special use permit for extended hours of operation for Mandy Soul Food at 151 East Bowden Road. Staff presenter, project number 41522. Staff presenter, Jack Caruso.
So they're requesting a continuance. Do we have to open the public hearing to
Yeah,
We're
continue?
opening it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
open it, and then instead of closing it, we'll formally continue.
Gotcha.
Yep. So at the applicant's request,
Hold on, did we open it?
Open it first.
No, let's open it officially.
I have a motion.
Motion?
Second.
Roll call.
First
Roll call
motion
vote.
Flores, second Wright.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Yes.
Commissioner Shank?
Yes.
Commissioner Shay?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores, yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Yes. Okay, Jack, you have the floor?
all right, thank you. So at the applicant's request, staff is requesting that the project be continued to the regular scheduled Plan Commission meeting of August 20th, 2022 to allow for the applicants some additional time to post the required public notice then.
Okay. Have a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion?
Second.
First motion Flores, second Wright.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Yes.
Commissioner Shank?
Yes.
Commissioner Shay?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores, yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
The public hearing is closed.
Well, continue.
Continued.
We're continuing. It's being
Yeah, and
continued.
then we'll reopen it in August.
Okay. May I have a motion to open public hearing for project
Rumble cookies.
PC 2211, approval for special use permit for extended hours.
It's actually the.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, it's
project number 41522,
416.
416.
416.
41622, I'm sorry.
So moved.
Have a motion?
Second.
Shank first, motion, second, Shay.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Yes.
Commissioner Shank?
Yes.
Commissioner Shay?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores? Yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Yes. Jack, you have the floor.
Thank you. The applicant is here tonight to request approval of a special use permit for extended hours of operation to allow a bakery with hours beyond 10 p.m. The proposed location is 763 East Boughton Road. The current zoning is B2 Community Retail. The location is surrounded by Buffalo Wild Wings to the north, Discount Tire to the east, Meijer to the south, and First American to the west. Subject property at 763 East Boughton Road is approximately 3.1 acres of land and is zoned B2 Community Retail. It's currently developed as a multi-tenant building and is part of the overall retail shopping center known as the Shops at Lilicash Creek. Access to the subject property is from a shared access point off Janes Avenue to the west and a direct point of access off Boughton Road to the north. Per the village's zoning ordinance, hours of operation beyond 10 p.m. require a special use permit within the B2 Community Retail Zoning District. The applicant is proposing a 1,200 square foot bakery, commonly known as Crumble Cookies, with hours of operation Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 12 a.m., and then closed on Sundays. Staff finds that the requested hours of operation would be consistent with other establishments of this type within the village. Staff recommends approval of a special use permit for a bakery with extended hours of operation, commonly known as Crumble Cookies, at 763 East Boughton Road. And this concludes my report.
Most of the stores in the promenade is 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. And he's 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., so he's already ahead of the game. So what is the justification for extended hours when most of the businesses around there are closed for the day?
Yeah, I think staff found that it was more consistent with a bakery type of use, and so I think that type of business typically has hours in that range. Matt, would you kind of agree with that, or?
I also think that we looked at some of the other businesses. This isn't within the promenade, it's within the out kind of shopping center next to the promenade. So you have Buffalo Wild Wings, which is open beyond 10 p.m. You have a couple of the other restaurants within the area that stay open later. The applicant is here. I think he could attest to why he feels it's important. The Crumble Cookie, I believe, in a neighboring community has the same hours of operation, and they do show.
They're requesting or the same as?
Same that they're requesting here, and they're open already in the other location. So I would probably defer to the applicant to kind of explain why he feels that it's important to him and why we're willing to support it. You want to swear him in, Lawrence?
Will do. Okay. Can you state your name, please?
Frankie Pretzel.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth at this public hearing?
I do.
Okay, thank you. Question?
Yeah, you want to just
Question?
speak to your hours and why the midnight ask is something that's important.
Yeah, so thank you, first of all, for letting me come and speak today. It is a franchise. There's currently about 600 of them around the country. They all operate with the same exact hours. There's currently 2 in Naperville that are open with those same hours, and I own the one in Mokina, Illinois, also operating with those same hours. There's one in Oak Brook. There's several up north, Gurnee, Schaumburg, South Elgin.
Wicker
Center.
Park and Northbrook.
Correct, yeah, all the ones in the city. It is a franchise requirement to keep those hours. So if you don't give me the special use, I'm gonna have to go back to them and do something similar.
It's
So
a franchise requirement.
that's correct, yeah.
Is there really that much business between 10 and midnight on weekends?
Believe it or not, I was surprised as well. I operate the one in Mokina now. We opened in April. And you'd be surprised how many families come in for cookies at 11:30 at night.
What, my question would be, what is your clientele after 10 o'clock?
So, yeah, it's mostly,
After 8, yeah.
yeah, it's mostly teenagers and families. So you do get your share of teenagers. 98% of our sales are cookies. We sell about 1% ice cream, 1% milk and chocolate milk. So there's no alcohol or anything like that.
What do you put in place to keep it from being after 10 o'clock, a teenager hangout and things happen?
Yeah, good question. So we actually are an only carry-out business. We don't have any tables. We don't provide napkins, silverware. So everything is designed to take to go.
Okay. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
The midnight dates would just be Saturday and Sunday, or?
Friday and Saturday.
Saturday, they close on Sunday. Okay. Motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second. Motion Flores, second, Wright.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Yeah.
Commissioner Shank?
Yes.
Commissioner Shea?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores? Yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Yes. Approval of finding of facts for special use permit for extended hours, operations, and adoption of finding of fact, project 41622.
So moved, Shay.
Shay?
Second, Shank?
Yeah.
A little competition.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? May I have a motion to approve project 41622?
Motion?
Second.
First Flores, second Wright.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Yeah.
Commissioner Shank?
Yes.
Commissioner Shea?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores? Yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Yes. All right.
Okay.
I don't believe we have any new business.
No.
Any old business? Any citizens to be heard? No?
We have two out there.
Okay, there's no chair report this week. Any report from the commissioner? Nope.
Nope.
Planning department? Anyone to report?
Just mention the fact that there's a lot of activities going at Village Hall the next few weekends, and there's already been a few. Just be active in the community and come check out. There's a lot of great events. Almost every weekend, there's an event here for the next probably 6 to 8 weeks. So just check it out. All of it's posted on the website. A lot of good food, a lot of bands and entertainment have been kind of booked already. Wednesday night concert's about to go on tonight too as well. So things are good, weather's good, so come on out.
The concert's going on right now as we speak.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. That's everything from the staff?
That's it for me.
Okay, I have no items to report. Do we have a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We stand adjourned.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.